Dear, oh dear Facebook, why the truth sets you free. Why does the truth set you free? I posted a reel from a guy that I follow called Feel Good. I also posted him to my stories. Have a look at that because it really, I think, is going to be a good video to help a lot of people understand themselves better and understand their interactions with others with a little bit more insight. If you can't be your authentic self, if you can't be someone who is transparent and open, it truly does make you realize a few things about yourself. You get to do a self-analysis and you get to see what it is your real intentions are, even just for you and within your own life. But even more so, it's going to help you to understand your intentions with other people. Hey girl, how you doing, Angela? Grand Rising. Oh my gosh, your energy. You're such a beautiful person, Angela. I miss you so much. I'm so happy you popped on here. You just gave me so much energy just by your presence because of who you are at your core. I love you so much and I miss you. This is a perfect example of someone who makes you feel good because of who they authentically are. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's what we all should strive to be. When you can't be authentic, you have inhibitions when it comes to speaking to people or responding to them on the spot, like Feel Good says. So sweet. Oh, sending so much hugs. Excuse me. If you can't respond to someone on the spot with your authenticity, if you have to really stop and start calculating or thinking, and it may not even take a long time for you to do that. It's something that could come natural for a lot of people because a lot of people have done this all their lives. They're used to being, calculating when it comes to how they want to respond to people. And a lot of times it does have to do with trust issues and, if you can trust the people to receive you well. Sometimes people think that others will use things against you that you volunteer about yourself. But that's the other thing too, like when you're authentic, nobody can really use anything against you. You are who you are. Be proud of who you are. And if you're not proud of who you are, then do what you need to do to become proud of who and what you are. Hi, Jessica. Do what you have to do so that you can be proud of who you are, so that you don't have anything to be ashamed of, so that if you do speak your truth and you are authentic and you can respond on the spot, then you have nothing to be ashamed of. No one can use anything against you when you're not ashamed of who you are. If you're proud of who you are, of everything that you are, then you have nothing to explain. You have nothing to hide. Whew, like that. I don't know if y'all saw that. Anyway, yeah, I had some sea moss today. Be beautifully, authentically you. This even transfers over into business. This could even apply to business. I so hope I'm not covering my mic. I learned a very valuable gem from herbalist Kareem under his mentorship, he taught me that when you are creating products for the people, it's okay to show them how to make it for themselves. Your business comes from people who enjoy what you do, like what you do, appreciate the fact that you show them how to do it. But then they don't, and I'm one of those people, they don't have the time, and they don't have the patience to do it themselves. So they would rather pay you for your service or your product. Even if you do explain some things to people, if you start explaining things to people and you show them how to create a product or how to perform a service, sometimes it's difficult for people to catch on, and sometimes they want to learn under you until they can do it on their own to their satisfaction. So when it comes to business, it's okay to tell people what you're doing. Just like, say, for instance, my girls AJ and Kay, what we're doing is we're getting on our live videos and we're telling people who we are and what we do. And we even explain how we do it. We talk openly. We're not hiding anything so that we can be like, ooh, you got to come to us for a service. We'll tell you all about this, but you got to come for the service. No, we actually are going to be doing some things and have been in our lives where we guide you along and we show you through guided meditations and just through our conversation. And then later, if you want to join us and get more specific and understand our experiences with these things and how we implement these things, then that's a service that we perform. Even when it comes to knowledge, gems that come your way, things that you receive from other people, don't hoard it. If it's something that benefited you, don't hoard it. Share it. Don't keep it for yourself. If it helped you and it could help others, why would you keep it to yourself? Don't do that. No one can do the things that you do like you. You're the only you. There's no one else with your fingerprints. There's no one else who is an exact replica of you. Even if you had a twin, you still have differences. So I've been telling people that the real powers that be that matter, truly love you. These powers that be will actually aid you in doing the things that you want to do, whether it's a service you want to perform or information that you're giving out. And they will guide you to the things that that are destined for you. But it happens even quicker, and you'll get more results when you have this true, authentic mindset of knowing that, for one, we're all a part of a larger community here of humans. And when we have the desire to be of service or help each other, we get more resources to be able to do so. You'll get the resources that you need to be able to be of service to people that will be in a way that's comfortable for you, and that really like supports you, and you wouldn't have to worry about that. Those are things that you wouldn't have to worry about as long as you are authentic, you're coming from your heart, and you have the best intentions. And you can practice this by using an affirmation, or just saying every morning when you wake up that I want to be a part of the greater good that benefits mankind. That encompasses everything. You don't have to worry about the ones who are persecuting each other, who are not playing fair in the game of life, because that's not part of the greater good. And if you're really concerned about that, if you're really concerned about what's good, then you can get up with that affirmation every morning. I would love to be I would love to play my part. I notice a lot of people say a part. Be careful, choose your words wisely. Know that it's 2 words, it's not 1 word. A part, A-P-A-R-T, is a whole separate word from the 2 words a and part. You want to have a part in the greater good benefiting mankind. Hi, Jerome. That's what you want to have a part in. And then ask for the resources that you need. This is not just material resources. This is also going to be the type of resources that you need on an emotional level to help you deal with whatever it is you need to deal with, so that you're capable, fully capable of stepping into the role that you were born to play. We all have a role that we were born to play. All of us. So pray and ask about that. Just be open. I've learned so much. If I have learned nothing else, I've learned over the past several months that resistance totally just takes you off track. Any type of resistance. And when I say resistance, I'm not just talking about things that are opposite of love. I'm not talking about emotions like anger and frustration, depression, sadness, right? Hi. I'm also talking about, even if you're like, what's the word? Like, if you're anticipating something so deeply that you're like overly excited in a way that makes you tense just from the anticipation. And let's put it like this. Let's just imagine you are, I don't know, let's say right now. Let me bring my voice down to a level that can help you to appreciate what I'm talking about. If you're watching this video right now, whatever you're doing, describe for me the feeling in your body. Do you have tenseness in your shoulders right now? How about your jawline and your temples? Are your teeth clenched? Is your mouth closed? Or are the muscles in your mouth just relaxed to the point where your mouth is slightly open? Are you relaxed? That's called flow. It's a form of flow when you can be relaxed. Imagine you're driving in your car. Usually when you're driving in your car, you're feeling some sort of tension. It's rare that people drive behind the wheel of their car. Very good, Jerome. That is so good to hear. It's so rare for someone to be driving behind the wheel of their car and they feel what Jerome feels right now, which is calm. Wherever he's at and whatever he's doing, he feels calm. If you can relax and be calm behind the wheel of your car, that's very good practice. And then you can take that feeling over into other areas of your life. Once you're done driving, once you get out of the car, if you're headed into a store, if someone is about to, if you're done shopping and you're headed to the checkout line and you see a couple other people headed to the checkout line, are you going to be calm or are you trying to race them to the line? And if you are trying to race them to the line, what for? What are you in a rush about? Are you in a rush to get somewhere? Again, that changes the whole chemistry in your body. If you can't relax, you want to be able to relax. You want to be able to exhale. Imagine going through your entire life like that. Imagine having a conversation with someone like that. Imagine someone speaking to you and you can remain calm throughout everything that is said. Imagine someone speaking to you and you don't feel your pressure rise or your shoulders tighten up or your teeth clench. Imagine having a conversation where all you feel is peace, serenity, and even love. Imagine that. Can you imagine that? All of that right there just takes blood pressure down. And it changes the chemistry in your body. I'm speaking to you in a way that can help you understand alchemy. Because you can transition yourself from anger and resentment to peace and tranquility. You can transition yourself from sickness to health. You can transition yourself from depression to happiness. Sorry, I'm reading messages. Hey, Stephanie. Stephanie, I'm glad you're here because the things that I'm speaking of right now, I'm hoping that it'll be helpful to you. I love the fact that this woman texted me this morning and told me that overall she's feeling good. Like, overall, ooh, y'all, overall. You can't put a price on that. You can't put a price on what it is to feel good. You know, right? You cannot put a price on that. I did a post today that said, to all my loves, if you're out there suffering, please stop. Please stop. And I said it that way because I want you to, you know, most people would probably be like, well, yeah, if I could just stop, then I would. Now, wouldn't I? Right? That's probably what a lot of people would think. But you can. Suffering is a choice. Suffering is a choice. If you stub your toe and that that joker hurt like nobody's business when you stub that toe, right? It hurts. And it makes you want to react. It makes you want to scream out. But if you stub your toe and you realize, you know what, I don't have time. I have something that I have to do. I have to be about my business. I remember giving this in one video. Yeah, Luna. It's a choice, right? I remember using that illustration in one video. I was saying, what if you're trying to get somewhere? You have something to do and you don't have time for the pain. You know that song, I haven't got time for the pain, right? If you don't have time for the pain, then you can change your whole thought process. And do you know that'll make the pain subside very quickly if you don't give all that attention and anger and frustration to the toe? Hey, Herbalist Kevin. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. I'm sending love to all of y'all. My gosh, it is so cool to have y'all here. But you can change that in your mind. And I've been reading up on a lot of things lately that really help explain scientifically all the things that I have been doing. But I just didn't really know the exact science behind it. All I could tell people was that 2 + 2 = 4. And that everything is math and science. That's how I went through life explaining when they would say, I had a girlfriend who used to tell me, girl, how do you deal with all those things you're going through? You just seem like you're so happy, but then the whole world is falling down around you, basically, right? She would always ask me, how are you able to do that? And I'm like, man, it was a choice where I didn't want to be upset about it. I don't feel like it. It's not my thing. It's not my cup of tea. I don't want to be sitting around upset. Why do I want to sit around upset and depressed over some things that other people are doing? Even if it affects me, guess what? I create my life. Even before I really truly understood the science behind manifesting and the law of attraction, I knew that I was the one, like my mother always told me, you decide how your day is going to go. Stop letting somebody else decide that your day is going to be a day of sadness or a day of being upset at them. Why do you want to feel like that? It feels so much better to feel good. It feels so much better to feel good. Feel good. Yeah, and you know what else? Oh, hey, Scratch Daddy. Oh my God, it's been a minute. Stephanie, you're so right. When she says you can't cry about it, I love what she said, because I feel like if you must cry, oh my God, I cry, honey. I cry. I'll even cry on camera. And sometimes when I cry, tears don't even come out. You know why? Because I'm over it just that quick. Cry, but get back up. Cry, let it out, and get back up. It's easier to cry and let it out than to resist by holding something in that you can't feel like you can't control. If you try to control it, that's resistance. Let it out, let it pass, be done with it. Pick yourself back up and start over again, right? Move on. That's right, girl. Move on. That's the thing. When I went through some real turbulent times in my marriage, one of the worst times, I was so upset. I remember it was a Friday evening that I got the news about something that just really, it changed my entire life all the way to this day. I got the news on a Friday evening. I was mad, I was pissed, I was hurt, I was just all these different emotions. And then, was it Saturday? Saturday, I felt the sting. I was feeling the sting. But then, not even 24 hours later, I was like, now here's what I have to do about it. And I started planning. And by Monday morning, honey, I was up and going and ready to do the things that I needed to do. Like, you have to, you can accept the cards that are dealt, or you can deal yourself another hand. I am not the type of person who accepts something that I don't want. I don't care what it is. If I don't want it, I'm not going to have it. And if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I don't care if it's, people talk about rules. I believe in creating rules. I believe in making new rules. If a rule doesn't apply to me for my well-being or my purpose in life, that rule don't apply to me. It's not my rule. That's somebody else's rule. Not in July's world at all. Point blank. That is not my rule. I create what's best for me. And I want you guys to be like that with your emotions. I want you to be like that when it comes to suffering. I want you to create what's best for you. Does suffering and sinking down into a state of illness seem best for you, where you are eventually taking years off of your life because you maintained a certain state of mind? This is all new for a lot of us, including, to a degree, me. To a degree. But even if I didn't want to be sick in the past, I changed my mind. And so now I'm so busy, and we all get caught up in the everyday hustle and bustle of life. We all get caught up. And because I'm so busy, sometimes I forget to take care of me. And then I start to succumb to the things that I hear and the things that I feel. For the past 2 days, I've been fighting fatigue, winded breathing, even a little nausea, a little headache, a little bit. But I don't want to be bogged down with that. So I start to talk to my body, and I tell my body peacefully. What did I say in that video? The same way you would how you felt toward your newborns. Have that same feeling, have that same regard, have those same emotions, and speak the same way you did. But now you're going to do this and direct this to you, your body, all the way on a cellular level. Speak to yourself. Speak to your cells. You can even speak to your DNA. Speak to yourself. Speak calmness. Speak peace. Speak healing into your body on a cellular level. Ask for help. Pray. Meditate. Relax into a state of mind that makes you feel good. Because when you're describing it to someone, or you decide to embody what you're describing about healing and feeling good, it can make you forget the pain that you have when you are experiencing sickness. It can make you forget to the point where you don't even sense it in that moment. I want you to take that moment and widen it. spread it wide open until you fit all the way inside that moment, and everything to the left of you and everything to the right of you, to the front of you, behind you, above you, and below you, and all over the place is part of that good feeling. And you inhabit that space. Don't step out of it and go back to putting thoughts on my head hurts, my stomach hurts, I'm feeling fatigue, I can't breathe. The moment you entertain those thoughts, then the body follows, because the body is going by what you lead it to do. So it's going to follow. I have to admit, sometimes I enjoy being sick. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? Sometimes I enjoy being sick, because if I feel flu-like, or if I feel a cold or anything like that, and I crawl into bed and I get in my blankets and my pillows, and I start to have these feelings of nostalgia of when I was a little kid and my mom used to baby me while I was sick, and all of that feels good. And it becomes a much needed rest, break, respite from everything. And then that feels good. But that's like playing a role. That's like playing, remember you used to play house? Did y'all used to play house when y'all were little? That's like playing house. Like, I'm going to go and get in the bed and be sick. Instead of playing that role, do the other one where you are in control. You're in control. You are the ambassador of everything that you represent. If you're your own ambassador and everybody is watching you and they want to learn from you, what is it that you want them to see? You are the ambassador of everything that you represent. I represent something that has to do with well-being, that has to do with being in control of you and no one else. Someone who likes to help heal the world. Someone who just wants to be of service. Those are the things that I represent. There are other things that I'm working on that I got to do better at. Hey, Elaine. Hey. Yeah, there are things that I know I got to do better at. We all have things that we're working through, right? But I am understanding much more now the definition of perfect. I don't believe in imperfect anymore. I don't believe in imperfection anymore. Oh my gosh. I don't believe in imperfection anymore. I do not believe in imperfection anymore. I do not believe in imperfection anymore. I am perfect. You are perfect. Everyone around me is perfect. We are all perfect. We are perfect, and we create our perfection. And anything that is less than desirable, we have the power to change within ourselves. All starting with the way we think. Hey, Marifa, what's going on? Also, when we are sick, the body is fighting the way it's supposed to. Yes, the body will do what it needs to do, you guys. You have to allow it. Y'all need to follow Luna and Herbalist Kevin. I do not believe in imperfection anymore. That's right. You know, like, we're perfect. The moment you tell yourself that, do you know that your brain gets rewired? You were wired into thinking that you were imperfect. So now you take control and you tell your brain that you are perfect. Guess what the body starts to do? The body does exactly what Luna says. The body fights the way it's supposed to. And guess what? It fights even harder when you give it instructions. In addition to what it does naturally, if you give it instructions, it's going to fight even more. So when you tell yourself that you are perfect, the body thinks, hey, I'm perfect. Let's act like it. The cells look around at each other and they, hey, y'all, we're perfect. Let's act like it then. Let's stop loving to be sick in the bed because mama babied me when I was sick in the bed. The cells start to feel good. They have a party and they're like, you know what, let's be perfect. Yeah, we're perfect. Let's do perfect. We're doing perfect. So the affirmation that I love from the book, The Master Key System, and I really, really suggest anybody reads that book. The affirmation from that book talks about a guy who was very sick. The doctors said that he would only have so long to live. And he fostered himself back to health by saying this affirmation. 7 words behind I am. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. And he said that every day, every night, and every morning, he said it. So I suggest that you take those 7 words, you write them down, pin them to your forehead, put them on your phone lock screen, tape it to your bathroom mirror, put it on your dashboard of your car, put it on the cabinet in the kitchen. I'm serious, y'all. Put this everywhere because your brain is going to rewire itself into believing it. Even if you don't believe it yet, you don't even have to believe it yet. Don't feel like I can't do an affirmation because I don't really believe that and I got to work my way up into a point where I believe it and then it'll work for me. No, do it now because once you start seeing it, you'll start believing it. You have to see it every day and read it every day and say it aloud. Say it aloud, but make sure you emphasize each of those 7 words after I am. I am whole, perfect. Sorry, I was waving at my neighbor. I am whole, perfect, strong, powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. All of those will change your view of yourself. So, all right, I've been on here a long time. It's 10:33. That's the perfect time to stop. I love you guys, and all the powers that be love you. Y'all take care. Thanks, Marifa. Temporary, but consciousness is eternal, therefore more powerful than the physical. Nothing happens without thought. I love that. I love that. That is, you guys, that's the perfect way to end it, what he just said. All right. I will see you guys later.